My name is Smithville. I'm a realtor with eXp located in Bastrop, Texas. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and wait till the end to leave a comment. That way you can tell me what you did like and did not like about the video if you have any questions. The floodgates of an exodus from Austin has led many people to choose a smaller town. You know, they're fed up with the jungle life of fighting traffic, the craziness of living in close quarters, you know, taking an hour to drive when it should take or did take half an hour. You know, rising city taxes and getting less back for it, scarcer law enforcement protection, and longer response times due to defunding. The ability to work from home due to the COVID shutdown showed you do not need to live in big cities. Therefore, a lot of people took advantage of it. So the exodus began. You know, for the small rural towns or the suburbs, you know, they became a magnet for Austinites and other city people. On top of that, they were also tired of homeless people wanting to wash your car windows with nasty, stinky water, with broken squeegees, being panhandled to death as you walk by them, getting into stores. You know, they're tired of the politics that led to the city where it's going, and the lack of a police presence. Okay, why are people moving from big city Austin to small towns like Smithville, and what does it offer? When I do open homes, vast majority of the people that do come in are from Austin, and what drives them to Smithville, you know, they want more space with their home. And the more you learn about Smithville, it's a hidden gem of a town, and it's being so close to Austin area as well. And this town has it. You know, it's located between Austin and Houston. It has a population of 4,196, just under 4,200, with a growth rate of 1.6%. It is a true Texas small town. Now, it is a small town that holds a unique character. It's rooted in Texas hospitality, rich in history and culture. And I'm going to go over the reasons encapsulating why Smithville is an exceptional place to call home and why Austin and out-of-staters are choosing and looking at Smithville. But first, some cool things about the town. Movie studios, they've used Smithville for location sites, most notably Hope Floats. A lot of people have heard of it. That starred Sandra Bullock. They used the McCollum Chapman House. You know, the town also has its own film permitting commission for, you know, TV programs and feature films that are being made in Smithville. Now, some of the popular neighborhoods in Smithville are the Smithville East and City Center. Some of the additional spots around Smithville are, you know, you've got the Veterans Memorial Park. It has a splash pad in it for the kids and a skate park. During the Iraqi and Afghanistan war, you know, Bastrop County lost, you know, 7 military personnel who had gone to the war overseas, and they paid the ultimate sacrifice. There's Riverbend Park. It's got a playground, ball fields, open spaces, river access, fishing, launch where you can launch kayaks and canoes, and it also has disc golf. Downtown has many different buildings, restaurants, shops, antiques, and the arts are big. Now, the front room wine bar, you know, live music at the Fat Cat Lounge. You know, also there's the Comfort Cafe. You also have the Sunday Farmers Market at the Train Park in Smithville. It's got a long storied history tied to the railroad. There's also the Smithville Baseball Club. You know what that is? It's a host pickup sandlot style game where all ages are welcome. It's the first weekend of the month and it's free. You've got the Bucher State Park. It's a great area. The state park, it's got old growth forest, loblolly pines, fishing lake, you know, tons of hiking and mountain bike trails, you know, camping and cabin rentals. And just this past month in late February, they hosted a mountain bike race. You know, Hope Floats house is in Smithville, where the movie was located. Each year in May, they have a fly-in at the local airport. Planes from all around, they come to the area to show off their aircraft, you know, World War II planes, NASA training planes, military aircraft, as well as privately owned aircraft is on display. There's food and fun for the entire family. There's a thing called the EAA Young Eagles. the Young Eagles program in Smithville. And what this is a program that is supported by the Smithville Airport. Its focus is to inspire kids about the aviation industry. There's also a jamboree held each year in April. It's a huge event at the Riverbend Park. Smithville's not a very big town. You're not going to have the public transportation system like you do in Austin. There are no buses. You do have carts, which is the regional transportation for non-urbanized areas of Bastrop County. You do have Lyft, you do have Uber, and the town is small enough where it's going to take anywhere from 10-15 minutes if you're close to the town area. But if you're out in the country, it's going to take a little bit further out, obviously. Smithville, there are 4 public schools with just over 1,700 students. Now, the district's average test ranking is 7 out of 10, making it to the top 50% of public schools in Texas. The student-teacher ratio is 14-1, same as the state. Graduation rate is a low 90s. Smithville spends about $13,000 per student, and the high school has all of the sports: baseball, football, powerlifting, golf, track and field, golf, etc. Moving on to crime. This is for 2024. Smithville violent crime is 18.9. Austin is 24.9. Smithville property crime is 35.8. Austin is 55, whereas the U.S. average is 35.4. Smithville property tax is 1.29%. That's the average, and the average property tax paid for the year is $1,290. And Austin, it varies. Some of the neighborhoods are like 1.97%. Austin property taxes paid for the owner-occupied homes is $6,397. Now, when we talk about the housing market, the Austin housing costs are 97.5% more expensive than Smithville housing costs. The average apartment rental in Smithville is $1,640. Austin, $2,100. The average home to rent for a 3-bed, 2-bath in Smithville is $1,660. Austin, $2,210. Smithville, the median sales price is just under $300,000 at $297,000. It dropped down 12.5% from a year ago. In Austin, the median sales price is $509,000. Now, of the Smithville people who are looking to move away, 73% look to move within the Smithville area. Now, and housing in Smithville is not very competitive, as it is slightly further east of Austin for commuting. Houses stay on the market on average about 66 days, but the hot homes are going to sell around 39 days. 29% of homes in Smithville were built 1939 or earlier. 26% were built between 1980 and 1999. And for 2000 to current, today, only 15%. The great thing about Smithville compared to a big city is land parcel size. It does vary in Smithville from your typical small lot to hundreds of acres. With the town residing in rural county, that's going to be a given. There's so much more elbow room and privacy for the homeowners. Now, the traffic is a lot different in Smithville than it is in other highly built up urban areas. Now, there's not a whole lot. Other than going from 71 into Austin, once you pass Bastrop and get closer to the airport, you're going to have smooth sailing all the way. And the weekends are going to be busier because you've got the commute on 71 for people coming in from Houston, going to Austin, going to Houston. And now for Austin, the traffic has become like a jungle warfare out there. It's a lot like riding down MSR Tampa in Mosul, Iraq. And you've got Mopac, you've got 183, 35 south of the Colorado River, and closer to Round Rock. It's always backed up. Smithville, not a whole lot of traffic. What is the town like? I'm sure that is what you're always wanting to know before you want to move there. Well, this year they're hosting the Smithville Jamboree. They bring in some notable Texas Red Dirt bands. This year it's Jack Ingram, Brandon Keith, Josh Ward. Great bands. If you haven't heard of them, YouTube them. It's also home to Smitty, who was once the largest gingerbread man in the world at over 20 feet tall and requiring over 72 dozen eggs. While the actual cookie is no longer around, Smitty stands around proud and tall in his honor at the end of Main Street. He's often dressed in the seasonal, holiday, and weather attire. Some of the attractions and events throughout the year, you've got the Sherwood Forest Fair, which is held next door to Smithville. You've got the Jamboree, Thunder on the Colorado Motorcycle Rally. For Halloween, you've got the Halloween Scream Hollow. You got to check it out. You got to go there. You got the Festival of Lights, various music festivals that are held throughout the year. And also not just in Smithville, but also events nearby in Smithville. You've got the Bastrop Homecoming Parade, the Colorado River 100. You got the McDade Watermelon Festival. Smithville cost of living is very attractive. And this is why it is drawing people. And it's why people are looking at Smithville. Smithville cost of living is what is very attractive and is causing a lot of people to move towards and into Smithville and also consider the Smithville town. Austin is 22% more expensive to live in than Smithville. Austin housing is 97.5% higher than Smithville. Smithville cost of living index is 91 of 100. And in today's high inflation rising, where the cost of living is sky high throughout the country, Smithville remains a very affordable town. Housing costs here are significantly lower than in urban centers. You've got the town's location, which offers convenient access to larger job markets. In Austin, it's to downtown. It takes around 65 minutes plus, depending on traffic. To the airport, it's about 45 minutes. Now, the balance between affordability and accessibility is a huge draw for families and professionals looking for a high quality of life without the financial burden. Now, so if you're considering a move or seeking a haven that epitomizes the best of Texas living, look no further than Smithville. It's low-key, it's quiet, it's a much slower pace, it's rural setting, small town Texas, USA. I thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions on anything on Smithville or the surrounding towns, reach out to me. My contact information is down below. And if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. My name is Zoran Smake. I'm a realtor with eXp located in Bastrop, Texas.